Because I think your story is interesting. And you started talking about the book. So you wrote the book.
We did. So that one's published, and that was part one. And then we're working on a second one.
Yeah.
And that one is going to talk about the journey, right, from the motherland, right, Vietnam. And, after the fall of Saigon, there was a mass exodus of just people trying to leave, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so from there, our family had tried many times to escape. But you've got the Viet Congs that are, at different checkpoints. And every time we tried, we had 4 attempts of trying to flee the country. And
So has everybody who's come here for this is funny because I know lots and lots of Vietnamese people, but is everybody still escaping? How's everybody getting here?
I mean, it's a lot more open now,
right?
But
but even in the 80s, you were
in the 80s, we were having to leave, right? And we were having to leave quietly. Right? Because if they caught you and they knew this is what was happening, and people that had some savings and had some money, that's what they were doing. And they were like, we can't stay in a country that's going to be communist, take some of our rights away. Fast forward to where we are now, Vietnam's definitely a lot more open.
Yeah.
They're open to trade. And this is the main thing. They're open to educating their citizens, which is, again, another pillar to spawn some economic growth, right?
So, but you guys made it in 1984.
We made it by the grace of God, right? I think we were on a boat, and my mom, this is maybe a spoiler alert, but in the story, we'll talk about basically how, my brother and I were the only kids on that boat, and there was probably about 30 people on the boat. And the only reason why we were saved, because at that time, there were all of these, little mini pontoon boats that were in the ocean, the South China Sea. And we were luckily saved by like a Norwegian.
So you're not like on a big
No. I mean, at any point, like some people lost their lives because the boats capsized or they didn't have enough water. And
how far did you have to get on the little boat before you got to something bigger?
I mean, those details are from my mom. I mean, she tells me these stories, and so I'm just retelling you from how I know that I'm here, right?
Yeah, so you're out in the ocean.
Exactly. And she said that the reason why we were saved was because the boat captain was like, woman, put your children on your shoulder and, let them, see us that we've got women and children, and they might have a little bit of mercy and come and save us, right? Because again, we're just a bunch. We're a dime a dozen, a bunch of boats and so a boat stopped and we were picked up, right? And this is how we ended up in Malaysia, not in Indonesia for a few months before they processed all the paperwork so that we can come to Houston. Right. So I remember Houston vividly in '84 because it was August 3rd, right before my 4th birthday, that I had arrived. And that's what it said on my resident alien card.
Yeah.
And so I'll always remember that. And there's pictures of when.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you remember it.
I remember, but I mean, sometimes some things just impact you so much.
Yeah, sure.
That you remember.
Sure.